Attention passionate Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Buffalo Bills' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Buffalo Bills fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. You know, the NFL offseason is always full of surprises, but this one is shaping up to be a real game changer. Rumors are swirling that the San Francisco 49ers might be making a bold move right after the trade deadline, and it involves none other than Brandon Ayuk, one of their most electric receivers. And if these whispers turn into reality, it could dramatically alter the landscape of the AFC East and the Bills' chances at making a deep postseason run. Sources like Adam Schefter and Diana Rossini have been quietly murmuring about a potential blockbuster trade scheduled for after November 22nd. The buzz is that the 49ers are considering moving Ayuk, yes, Brandon Ayuk, to the Buffalo Bills. The proposed deal would send a first-round pick in 2026 along with a second-rounder back to San Francisco. It's a bold move, but one that makes a ton of sense for both sides. The 49ers, currently sitting at 5-4, are in the middle of a transition. They're looking to free up cap space, around $15 million, to extend Brock Purdy, who's proved to be a pretty solid quarterback, and to bolster their defensive line, which has been a bit inconsistent this season. Meanwhile, the Bills, sitting comfortably at 8-3, could really use a dynamic receiver like Ayuk to ignite their passing attack and give Josh Allen an even more dangerous weapon. Ayuk, for those who haven't been paying close attention, has been one of the most underrated players in the league. Known as the route assassin, he's got elite separation skills that make him a nightmare for defenders. His ability to create mismatches on the field is what makes him such a coveted target, especially for a team like the Bills, who thrive on explosive plays and big yardage gains. If he joins Buffalo, he'd immediately become one of the top options in a receiver core that's been a bit inconsistent this year. Diggs is obviously a star, but pairing him with someone like Ayuk, who can win contested catches and stretch the field, would take the Bills' offense to another level. Now, let's talk about what this trade could mean in terms of on-field impact. Brandon Ayuk has been putting up some pretty impressive numbers this year. In 2025, he's already hauled in 52 receptions on 78 targets for around 810 yards and 5 touchdowns in just 10 games. That's an average of over 80 yards per game, which would be a huge boost for the Bills' offense, especially considering their struggles at times to remain consistent in the passing game. His yards after catch average is elite, sitting at around 5.3 yards, and he's shown the ability to make contested catches, something the Bills could really use, especially when facing tough playoff defenses. This potential move also makes a lot of sense from the 49ers' perspective. They're in a bit of a rebuild mode, trying to shed some cap space while focusing on their youth movement. They've been dealing with injuries, like Christian McCaffrey missing some games earlier this year, and their offensive line has been a bit leaky, allowing close to 28 sacks this season. Moving Ayuk, who's a key piece in their offense, would net them a future first-round pick, giving them some much-needed draft capital to rebuild around their core players. Plus, with the Niners trying to transition and develop younger talent, shedding a veteran like Ayuk could be part of a broader strategy to reset the roster, especially with the team's defense needing reinforcement. But back to the Bills, let's get into the nitty-gritty of what Ayuk's addition could mean for them. Statistically, adding a receiver like him would boost their EPA per pass play significantly. Right now, the Bills are averaging around 27, 2 points per game, but with Ayuk's ability to create big plays and win in tight coverage, that number could easily jump to over 31 points. And it's not just about the numbers, it's about the rhythm and confidence that Ayuk could bring to Allen's passing game. His ability to gain separation on routes, over 2 yards more per route compared to some of their current receivers, means more open looks, less pressure on Diggs, and overall more explosive opportunities. Adding Ayuk would also help improve their third down efficiency. The Bills are currently converting around 41.3% of their third downs, which isn't bad but could definitely be better. A player like Ayuk, who has shown to increase third down conversions by around 15%, would help keep drives alive longer, controlling the clock and wearing down opposing defenses. This is crucial in the postseason, where every possession counts. Plus, with Ayuk's ability to run precise routes and make contested catches, he'd be a perfect fit for Buffalo's play-action game. Imagine the possibilities with Cook setting the tone in the run game, then hitting play-action passes to Ayuk on the outside or over the middle. It would make the Bills' offense even more unpredictable and lethal. And let's not forget the potential playoff implications. If Ayuk joins Buffalo, their Super Bowl odds could see a significant bump. Currently, the Bills are pegged at around plus 600 to win it all, but with Ayuk as a game-changing X-factor, those odds could drop to plus 350, especially if he helps elevate their offense in crunch time. Think about the parallels to other recent playoff runs. Adding a versatile big-play receiver can be the difference in close games against elite teams like the Chiefs or Bengals. His presence could also reduce turnovers, as he's been reliable with the ball, only dropping a handful of passes this season, and his yards after catch can help extend drives and keep the clock moving. Looking ahead, this move could reshape the AFC East landscape. A dominant Bills team with Ayuk on the roster would be a nightmare for defenses. It would challenge teams like the Dolphins and Jets, who have also been making noise this season. The Dolphins, for example, are relying heavily on Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, but adding another weapon like Ayuk could make Buffalo's offense unstoppable. It's reminiscent of the impact Tyreek Hill had on the Dolphins last year, boosting their explosive playability and forcing defenses to account for multiple deep threats. The schedule ahead is critical for the Bills. They face tough matchups in the second half, including games against AFC contenders. Adding a player like Ayuk could be the missing piece that pushes them over the edge in those crucial moments. Plus, with their current run defense allowing about 130 yards per game, the Bills need to keep pace offensively to stay ahead in the standings. Ayuk's presence could help them do just that, providing a consistent, explosive option that defenses will struggle to contain. So in summary, this potential trade is more than just a move for the 49ers or the Bills. It's a strategic shift that could have ripple effects across the entire AFC playoff picture. The Bills' offense, already potent with Allen, Diggs, and Cook, would gain a new dimension with Ayuk's elite route running and big play ability. It's a move that could vault Buffalo into even more serious Super Bowl contention, especially considering how well Ayuk can perform in high-stakes games. The NFL offseason is never short of surprises, but this one, if it happens, might just be the spark that propels the Bills into the next chapter of their Super Bowl quest. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Buffalo Bills news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Buffalo Bills fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster? Do you think Ayuk would be the perfect fit for Buffalo? How do you see this impacting their playoff run and Super Bowl chances? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us and to the team. We love to see our community engaged and fired up about the Bills' future. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, rumors, and analysis, so stay tuned for the latest Buffalo Bills news. Let's keep this passion alive and continue pushing for that ultimate goal, another Super Bowl victory for Buffalo.